And the interesting thing about this, Dan, is the operator carries into Jazzy's hands to this round, but there's also a tour that's out. So it's a double scope offense from Cloud9 White. If you don't take it by the tone of my voice, that's very strange in the first place. Not just for Cloud9 White, but pretty much for anybody. So how do you use these long-range weapons to try to get into a site in the first place?
You can see that TSM, really concerned, expecting that after this big presence, that Cloud9 White will go back towards the C side of the map. They're still kind of committed into that, but we have seen one rotation. Athena's come over from C to kind of lend a hand here to Emily, who's been holding the site all by herself up until this point. And it looks like C9 White are about to go in. And TSMX still thinking the rotation was coming. It's not. How long can they hold on for here, TSM on the site? Well, you can't do much against that Rolling Thunder.
And Athena has to keep her life. You have to wait from the utility for Kath to get here before you can even attempt a retake. And honestly speaking, it's going to be very difficult to even find ground to work with just with one flash, an aftershock, and a fault line. So this is going to have to be super high value and super high efficiency on this utility. There's the fault line cutting across, and here comes TSM the retake.
Dodonut doing some work there through the smoke.
Whoa.
And somehow they find 3 kills. Doesn't seem possible, but TSMX make it so. And they're going to pick up that retake. I did not see that panning out for them at all, but somehow they make it look pretty convincing. No, it's been delivering, it's fair to say. And now is planted on that C site, where it looks like we might see some early engagements possible here from Cloud9 White. Again, Dodonut's moved around quite a lot. It's hard to predict where she's going to set up. And okay, we're going to get the Seekers coming through. He's going to try to hold. There's the flash. Able to dodge that one. Stays
so
out
well
there
played.
and picks up Jazzykins. Perfect stuff there from Dodonut.
I don't know if you can commit to this anymore. If you're Cloud9, you lose your entrant. Jazzy has been the one player that's been trusted to get in and try to trade out her life. But without that available, you really can't go to C anymore. So the efficiency super high for TSM to potentially take a 7-5 advantage on Cloud9 White's best map mode combination through Game Changers. Oh, the tension's getting thick here, Dan.
Yeah, and you can see Cloud9 White trying to figure out how they will approach the mid round now. They rotated in towards mid, made some early presence, and now they're starting to work on that control towards A, which that presence is being felt. The rotation's coming. Once again, Emily, it's up to her to really delay this one. She needs to buy time for her teammates. Fault line comes through. Here's a flash. The guiding light gets sent, and there's that swing, but Mel easily deals with Emily, and that's such a fast kill. Dodonut's in position faster, as is Kath. They're making it hard to get in, but the spike will go down.
No paranoia for this retake, Dan. It's just Athena with one ability. That's the Shrouded Step. Dodonut's going to have to once again just burst on in. There is nothing for them to try to retake through based on utility. Katsumi, who's actually playing forward, by the way, does have an incendiary still waiting, but Cloud9 White are just going to try to contest this retake from the site itself, not trusted to play off of that late utility.
And here goes Dodonut again, looking to make her way across. Athena from up high, and the trades come on through. The numbers game is going to work out nicely, TSMX. And they're going to make it to a 7-5 first half on Haven. Unbelievable stuff. C9 White, are they in trouble? We'll find out after this break. Tried to keep it going on the opening here for the pistol. Jazzy's looking to find some value from this Sheriff peak, and they've stacked almost everybody here. 4 players towards this A side of the map here for C9 White. And after the initial pressure, they'll see that there's nothing there. So they are compelled to push that. So they know what's going on. Into the trademark, TSM will go, but they should be able to get this B plant. No problem. And there it is.
That's already the fault line gone. So Annie, using one of their big concussive tools to retake, now has to just be trusted to work their way forward. Dodonut able to at least find some damage, but cannot collect the first kill. It's Mel who's able to tally that, and then Alexis on the other side, putting pressure from the flame through A long. It allows Cloud9 White in and a chance to defuse, but Emily holds off. It doesn't get to half yet, Dan.
Yeah, the pressure is still piling on through here. C9 White doing a good job in hitting these shots, but they're all getting quite low at this point. The 6 coming through, gets it halfway, does Katsumi. There goes the tap again. Pressure is on. Jazzy has to defend. Oh, the classic won't come through in time for Leah Panda. And it looks good for C9 White on the pistol. Will be an incendiary available from Katsumi. That could really slow things down here if she can get it out there in time. We'll see. Not going to be the case. Looks like TSM make it all the way onto the site. They've got backside control as well, so they've got all the position to work with here. Dodonut, take down Katsumi. So that's no smokes for the afterplant available now.
That was just a trade of flashpoints back and forth between both of the breach. That's going to be really, really good stuff now as TSM have a luxury of post-plant defenders all over the C site and deep through long. Cloud9 Wine looking for any sort of information off of the Trailblazer. They don't get too much, so the Guiding Light comes through, but Emily holds one to counter, and TSM continue to find a way to continue the trades in their name. Oh boy, just down to Annie and Jazz. Jazz already taken down on one side. They know where Annie's positioned, and Athena's good for the kill. The force purchase into the second round pans out as TSM keep a 2-round gap.
And they're going to start with this presence towards A lobby.
And Mel's completely on her lonesome here with a multitude of TSM players nearby. Guiding Light to clear out sewers, nothing there. But can Mel surprise somebody from this position, backside bricks, while the rest of her teammates are pushed all the way through C long already? But Athena's in a really good position maybe to deal with this, and yeah, catches Cat with a knife out. The second and third that come through, though, not good for those kills. And Mel did way more than enough, Dan. It was a 2-for-1 exchange, and that will allow at least even numbers as TSM walk the spike onto A.
Yeah, and they have info as to where the last two players in Jazzy and Alexis were. So they're gonna commit to this A plant actually, and just play the setup, having it towards the plant for spawn and for heaven as well. And it looks like they're gonna split up as well. Guns collected here, Spectres, Jazzy and Alexis as they start to make their way in. And well, as soon as they see the plant, they're gonna have a very good idea as to where the players will be.
Yeah, and there's one more nanoswim they have to survive through as well, and that's going to delay things to a very dangerous margin time-wise. Alexis toggles, not good for the kill, and the trade comes out. It's Dodonut with the only AR in the round.
Quarter Force also available. So it's going to be a very difficult round here for TSM. They've got so much danger around every corner. Mel on C, and that operator on short A.
TSM just are predicting this pretty darn well. Show of force here over towards B, trying to find the trademarks around the door. They're not going to know it, but they missed it just by barely an inch. But with that, look at the defenders. They're already starting to put a lot more aggression over towards this B site. And as Emily will use Trailblazer to clear out garage, the defensive one will be used to clear out mid-grass. So information is pretty much still pretty widespread here for Cloud9 White's defense.
Yeah, the issue is that if they can't really go towards A. They don't know that yet. If they end up walking towards that position, they will get picked off by that Jazzykins. And there is, as you said, that trademark still in B. They've done a good job of getting rid of some of the util here, but Cloud9 have been pretty sparing with it as well. They are keeping to pace, not dumping everything at once. Oh, that's really smart there. Couple cloudbursts to suggest that might be going across towards A long, and that's actually forced Alexis to make her way around to A long as well, just briefly.
Here we go. Smokes and flashes come out, but Annie gets so much value off the fault line. The trademark that was still in place, by the way, also puts a slowing field down right at the entry. So all of a sudden, Athena actually has to pick up the spike and re-wrap back over towards C, and guess who's waiting? It's Mel with the tour de force. In goes Dodo, finds the kill before the rendezvous. Time becoming a bit of an issue. Cat around the back, though, tries to stop the plant, and will do one more, finding a full-on double. Leah, the last one left, cannot make their way in from garage, and Cloud9 White, a brilliant play from Annie in the first place. Immediately, the nail meets the coffin by way of Katsumi's triple. And then some. It's not just watching window, and oh my, missed opportunity massively for Jazz, but does try to take a second peek. Dangerous. Left with just 8 HP, will likely have to back up and shake hands with Alexis while the regrowth will try to get him back to 100 HP.
Yeah, lucky to be alive. Very lucky to be alive. We'll get healed up like you said. Trailblazer just keeping eyes on that garage control play. 3 players stacked towards C here right now for Cloud9 White. So openings towards A, but that is, of course, there's a big setup there from Mel that's designed to delay as long as possible. So across the map, C9 White have set up quite nicely at this point. And it's going to mean that TSM need to force the issue with the control that they have. And that's where we get to Jazzykins once again. The whip, though, opportunity. 4line's actually going to get the concuss there onto Jazzy at the back of the site. Dodonut looking, and the Rolling Thunder coming through, really making life difficult.
The thing about all of this is the fact that you got that kill in garage, so now all of a sudden Cloud9 White committing through the Rolling Thunder essentially contained themselves. Oh my. Them is just so healthy in their purchase. Cloud9 White would have to pull off something miraculous, and the tools that they have are pretty meager at best. not just off of weaponry, but your ultimates that you could have really don't have super amounts of kill potential, not having Jazz with knives and missing out, as you saw, with the Rolling Thunder. So early aggression has been red. Cloud9 White trying to get over to A lobby, but TSM already set up for team shots. It's literally, it's a shooting gallery. 4 members ready for this peak.
Yeah, looking good so far. And X is able to take one down with the frenzy. This is an absolute must-win round for TSMX. Like, they cannot afford to lose this round. Of course, they have all the advantages to play with. You can see that. Oh, almost getting caught earlier. But looks good. Supports there as well. And they've also spotted Mel, so they know where all their many players are. The orbital strike comes through.
Oh my god!
Mel through the wall with the headhunter, finds her mark, and now it's a 2 versus 3 for TSM. They're in trouble.
That is such a brazen call for Katsumi to go ahead and say, I'm just going to use the orbital strike here. We've got him trapped inside the window. And even beyond that, it flushes them into a position where Mel could start spamming away with the headhunter. Oh my, how the tables have turned. But the thing about this is you still have a post plant set up if you want it on towards the site itself. And how about it, actually? Do you commit to this? No. Okay, I was going to say there may be an opportunity to use it from the shadows to kind of get yourself in a forward position, but not the case. So here comes the retake for Cloud9 in the 3v2.
They need perfect timing here. It's just down to Athena against 3 players. It's not happening. Mel with a quad kill, and truly unbelievable. Like I was saying, it really feels like a must-win because you've got C9 White against the ropes.
Down to the back of your mind there, friends, because if this were to be a Cloud9 White quote-unquote comeback, that round has massive implications. Jazzy caught in a terrible position here. Smoke's trying to give her a little bit of space, but now as the Rolling Thunder comes out, but Dodonut actually gets affected by that, and Jazzy still finds the kill, and single-handedly, that means TSM can no longer push.
Oh, that was rough. That looked very rough there for TSM. They're in a desperation rotation at the moment, all the way towards that A site. And Cloud9, it's hard. It's a hard read, actually, because do they just cut noise and reset back into C, or are they going for that push into the A site? Just a little delay there to just sow the seeds of doubt. But there's Mel up high, and there's nothing that can really stop Mel from this position. Able to take down one. That's Kath gone. 3 versus 5 in the post plant here for TSMX.
They're going to get the plant down without contest, but I just don't know where you set up a post-plant setup here if you're TSM. It kind of feels like you have to just play forward and hope that you can catch Cloud9 White completely off guard with a forward position, because this operator is going to deny you any post-plant play through A long. Here comes Cloud9 White in the dark cover to start. Seekers are on the way through, though. TSM looking to use this as a delay tactic, but Katsumi for the double leaves it all on the shoulders of Emily, and it's not going to happen. Cloud9 White will take the 9th, and TSM are going to be financially shattered.
Yeah, they get the spike down at least, so there is some extra money. We'll see how that actually tallies up in a moment.